I always thought that when a relationship ends, it ends loudly, with shouting, with throwing things, with dramatic scenes straight out of a movie. But that's not how real life works. Sometimes, love doesn't explode. Sometimes, it just fades, until one day you wake up, next to someone who no longer loves you, and it feels like you're sleeping beside a stranger. That is a different kind of heartbreak. We weren't perfect, but we were real. We didn't start our life with luxury. We didn't start with comfort. We started with problems, struggle, and hope. We supported each other. We pushed each other. We dreamed together. And I honestly believed, this is it. This is my person. I trusted her completely, blindly, fully, because when you choose someone as your life partner, you don't keep one eye open. You don't live in suspicion. You don't build walls inside a marriage. You trust, and that trust became my biggest weakness. If someone asked me, when did it start falling apart? I couldn't answer, because it didn't start with a big fight. It didn't start with a dramatic betrayal. It started with small things, invisible things, quiet things, a missing smile, a colder hug, shorter answers, less laughter, more silence. At first I told myself, she's stressed, she's tired, she needs time. Because when you love someone, you give them understanding. You don't immediately jump to the worst conclusion, but slowly, our conversations turned into routine. Our connection turned into obligation. Our house turned into just a place we existed in together. And that hurts more than anything. To live with someone and still feel alone. You know what's cruel? When the person who used to run to you to share everything stops talking to you at all. When you become the last person to know how they feel. When you become the last place they go for comfort. She laughed more with others. She smiled more with her phone than she smiled with me. I started questioning myself. Am I not enough? Did I fail her? Did I miss something? I tried harder. I tried to fix things. I tried to talk. But every attempt ended with, I'm fine. You're overthinking. Stop being dramatic. And when someone repeats that long enough, you start believing them, instead of your own intuition. Then came that day. Normal. Unremarkable. Just another quiet day in a quiet house. Laptop open. Notification pops. Just a name. Just a message. Just a moment. But sometimes, one moment changes everything. It wasn't graphic. It wasn't explicit. It didn't need to be. It was emotional, personal, intimate in a way it shouldn't be. A tone of conversation that doesn't belong outside a marriage. And in that moment, my world didn't explode. It sank. Because reality hit me. There was a version of her that I didn't know anymore. There was a life she lived that didn't include me. There were feelings she shared with someone who wasn't me. And that is a different kind of pain. I didn't scream. I didn't accuse. I wasn't angry. I was broken. I simply asked, "Who is he?" She paused, just for a second, and in that second, I saw everything: fear, guilt, annoyance, not regret, not sorrow, annoyance, as if I was the problem, for discovering something I was never supposed to see. She tried laughing it off, saying I was being dramatic, saying I was jealous for no reason, until I showed her the messages. Then everything changed. She didn't deny it. She didn't apologize. She didn't cry. Instead, she blamed me. She said, "You made me feel lonely. You weren't emotionally there. You pushed me into this." Not once did she say, "I'm sorry. I hurt you. I broke your trust." Instead, it became my fault. My heart was breaking, and she acted like I deserved it. That wasn't just betrayal. That was cruelty. Because it wasn't only that she did it. It was that she didn't care how deeply it destroyed me. After that, nothing was the same. The house went silent, but not peaceful silent. Cold silent. We still lived together, but we weren't together. Two strangers, sharing air, sharing space, sharing nothing else. People judged. People talked. Some said, "Forgive. Stay. Everyone makes mistakes." But they didn't feel what I felt. They didn't carry what I carried. They didn't live inside my chest. Because once trust breaks, you don't sleep the same. You don't think the same. You don't breathe the same. You wake up every day knowing the person next to you is capable of destroying you again. So I left. Not angrily, not violently, not emotionally, quietly, because sometimes walking away isn't weakness. Sometimes it's survival. I didn't leave because I stopped loving her. I left because I started loving myself enough to stop allowing pain. Trust is fragile. Once shattered, it never sounds the same, no matter how hard you glue the pieces back together. And I knew, even if we fixed things, I would never be able to look at her the same way again. Life is quieter now, but quiet doesn't always mean peace. Sometimes I still think, could I have saved us? Did I leave too soon? Was I wrong? Or was this the bravest decision I've ever made? I don't know. So I'm asking you, was I wrong for walking away? Or was this the only way to save myself? Tell me why. Oh, you would have done. After everything I saw, after everything I felt, something strange happened. Instead of being angry, I started blaming myself. Maybe I really didn't do enough. Maybe I wasn't supportive enough. Maybe I worked too much. Maybe I wasn't interesting anymore. That's what emotional manipulation does to you. It makes you doubt your reality, your worth, your value. I looked at myself in the mirror and didn't recognize the person standing there. Not because I changed physically, but because I wasn't confident anymore. I wasn't sure of anything anymore. That's the real damage betrayal does. It doesn't just hurt your heart. It rewires your brain. We tried to continue, as if nothing happened. We still went places. We still smiled in public. We still looked like a normal couple. But reality? It wasn't normal. Every conversation felt forced. Every moment together felt artificial. Every laugh sounded empty. We became actors, playing roles in a relationship that no longer existed. And pretending hurts. Pretending exhausts you. Pretending drains your soul. Because deep inside, you know the truth. It's already over. You're just delaying the moment you admit it. There wasn't a dramatic finale. No final big argument. No ultimate explosion. It happened quietly. I woke up one morning, sat at the edge of the bed, and realized I didn't feel anger anymore. I didn't feel sadness anymore. I didn't feel pain anymore. I felt empty. And emptiness is dangerous, because it means you've stopped hoping. That's when I knew this wasn't a rough phase. This wasn't a temporary problem. This wasn't something we were going to fix. This was the end. Not because I stopped loving her, but because I stopped believing in us. Leaving didn't magically fix everything. People think you leave, you heal. That's not how it works. Healing is slow. Healing is messy. Healing is painful in its own way. You have to rebuild self-worth, relearn trust, and teach your heart that it's still allowed to feel again. Some days are peaceful. Some days hurt like the first day all over again. But at least now, the pain comes with honesty. No lies. No pretending. No illusions. Just reality, and slowly rebuilding from it. And maybe, one day, I'll be able to fully move on. But for now, I'm still healing, and I'm still learning how to live again.